Do not attempt to adjust your dial. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. It's your boy Big Vern. This is App Stupid, the fastest growing sports and entertainment show on these YouTube streets. You're welcome. Holla at us.
Know what it is. It's your boy Big Vern getting it in here in the App Stupid studio. And like I said, a wet and wild Thursday here in the Midwest. So if you got pets, get them out and get them back in where it's nice and dry. Our last segment, we talked about the dumbass New York Knicks fans. They fired Tom Thibodeau, the only person who's going to put up with that trifling organization, all the way down from James Dolan to whoever's running the GM spot these days. It's a shit show. Anyway, so we go from the association to the NFL, and voila, more Shedeur Sanders hate. Sometimes I hate doing this. Just sitting here and then picking apart articles. And like, you can tell people have inherent biases when they're dealing and they're talking about Shedeur Sanders, because it's always a Trojan horse to run at Deion. It's always a Trojan horse to run at Deion Sanders. It gets old. However, we will attempt to break down the newest non-Shedeur news or Shedeur hate when we get back from a quick 20. From a quick rap album, it's your boy Big Vern. Give me a beat.
Ba-diddy-dotty-day, diddy-dotty-day. Y'all know this boy is hot, right? It's your boy Big Vern here in the App Stupid Studios, bringing you another rap album we pushing this month. The Mussolini and DJ Fresh, Live and Let Fly, in stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Google Play, Apple Music, or Spotify. My favorites on the track is going to be Late Night, Monday, Speeding, Players Ball featuring Planet Asia and Silent Snipers, Live and Let Fly with Old Finesse. That track is dope. Red Eye, Fly Zone, and when DJ Fresh put that Can't Buy You Love, the way that he produced that track, oh my goodness. Moose is out, man. Moose is coming hard. Shout out to the Moose. Live and Let Fly. In stores now. Moose and DJ Fresh.
Yo, shout out to Mussolini doing his thing. I thought the LP was dope. Live and Let Fly. So, not gonna go ahead and delay this, but I probably should. Shedeur was spotted in OTAs and he looked like a rookie. Somehow, that's a problem. I've never seen anything like this in my life. Insert ESPN. A useless organization is now charting plays in OTAs. Really? This is stupid. Now, let's ignore the fact that they're just in helmets and shorts, no pads. This is all optional. You don't have to be here. Just figure out how trash your life is when you're going to sit in the hot sun to watch a bunch of guys who may not have a job practice football, something you could clearly do. You're not going to get any new schemes. You're not going to have any mind-blowing. Nobody even charges tickets to OTAs because they figure you have a life, you've got a job, you like girls. This is how far the hate machine is going. This is how far the hate machine is going for this. Oh my goodness. There's no roster cuts. If people can sit here and just thrash the NFL preseason, I don't think we don't need another preseason game. Roger Goodell's words. Why the hell are people covering OTAs? Who's keeping stats in OTAs? I can't make this up, man. I just can't. And it's just like, at some point, does this feel weird to you as a man, where you show up and all you can do is focus in on this kid? Somehow your eyes don't want to look at nobody else but this young boy. That shit sound weird. It sounds creepy. It sounds creepy. You're a creepy dude. Get out. Get out from away from that computer, bro. My God. And that was ESPN doing that. And no matter how well spoken Shedeur may be, no matter how well read this kid is, he's showing up, he's doing the work, he's got the organization approval, not only from Stefanski, but he's also got it from the OC, Tommy Reese. And I'm sitting here saying to myself, why is there a Shedeur story in OTAs? And everything just comes back to you and they hit you in the head, because why is it a bad thing for a kid to believe in himself? Why is it a bad thing for a father to support his son? As a parent, you want your kids to have better than you. So you work hard to give them what you never had. Why is that a problem? And it's only a problem when you look like me in America. Nobody's talking about Dylan Gabriel's dad. You think he's not proud of his son? You think like I said, you think his father isn't outspoken about him and his talent and what his son can do? Right. You don't care because there's no clicks or views associated with that dude's name. What about Kenny Pickett? You catch my drift? He's coming off a Super Bowl with the Eagles, and he can't get anybody to write a story about him anywhere. Nothing on Deshaun Watson. That's the guy who's making $256 million guaranteed. He ain't at OTAs. He didn't take one snap at an OTA. He's out here living his best life. How important is OTAs? Because it's all optional. How important is it when the stars don't even show up? But y'all went out there to cover Shedeur. And I make this so creepy and so uncomfortable because it is. And it's high time that you guys started feeling uncomfortable about what you're doing to a young kid. Sports news doesn't happen every day, all day, every hour of the day. When you start seeing people cover sports every day, all the time, you got people making shit up. I mean, right now, the portal window is closed. It's well beyond closed. I don't hear anybody covering college football spring practices. That's something to go ahead and take a look at, because now guys cannot be poached. Now you have a true understanding of what your team is. Nobody's talking to the strength and conditioning coaches at Penn State. Nobody's talking. We're talking about OTAs, not a game. Not a preseason game. OTAs. Helmets and shorts. My goodness. Anyway, again, you all don't care. You all don't care about that. You just want to be the first to go ahead and get in on this guy and say, see, I told you, he can't do this, he can't do that. His game's efficient. But according to the offensive coordinator, Mr. Tommy Rees, he said about Sanders, he's really put in a lot of work, as all guys are. But you could tell on the mental side of the game and learning the system and calling it and having that rhythm to it, he's put a lot of work in and time and effort. And then when you do that, the game starts to slow down and you can focus on finding completions. And he's done a good job and a very nice job since camp. He's progressed. They've even called it, one of the throws he made for a touchdown, said that was one of the best throws of the day. It's OTAs. This should have never went to print in Yahoo. Yes, Yahoo Sports, I'm calling you out. This should have never went to print. The moment that Mr. Schwab took this to his editor, he should have looked at you and say, are you okay? Like, did you have absolutely nothing to do with your life today? Nothing at all. You're covering OTAs. In 12 weeks, most of them dudes won't even have a job. Nobody's out there taking this thing to, like I said, to taking it serious. Guys are not competing. Nobody's getting laid out. Learning the offense. They're learning from the offensive coordinator. The offensive coordinator himself said, Shedeur is doing a good job. He's progressing. So why is this news? And when I read into Schwab's interview, his little piece and thing, and he's not a stupid man. So I don't want to go ahead and give him that jacket of him being, like I said, unintelligent and a complete joke and a farce. But he exposed his hand when he said that Shedeur is going to have to work for it and he's not going to get any easy breaks because of his last name. And I was just like, he just couldn't help himself. He had to go after Deion. And he's worried about Shedeur getting special treatment because of Deion Sanders. He feels like if Sanders is moved up, it's because of nepotism, not because of hard work. When you float things like that around in the media, it's dangerous. It's dangerous because he may get moved up because he's progressing really well. He's gravitating and picking up the offense, and he's not scared to take chances. But you want to go ahead and limit him to his father's namesake. That's not the case whatsoever. The real issue is a grown man is sitting around in the sun with nothing to do, watching a young boy all sweaty, and he gets all tingly inside and says, "Oh, we got to cover this." He's the only reporter there. This is weird. I'm not a hate on Shedeur at any cost at all. But I do see that when it's a slow media cycle, these guys will go out here and do anything, prostitute themselves to get a story. Again, if you are listening to this pod, get in the comments. Let us know, did we get it right? What did we leave out? This is Big Vern. We